Hello and welcome to Your Holistic Earth podcast. My name is Kimberly Carson Richards and I am your host today. I'm so excited on this episode. I am going to be having a conversation with Denise Cambiotti. But first, let me tell you about Your Holistic Earth. Your Holistic Earth is the bridge that connects you to local and national experts in the field of holistic medicine. On each episode of this podcast, we are bringing you experts from a wide variety of fields that are going to help you to be healthier and have an increased sense of well-being. So I am so excited. On today's episode, we have Denise. Denise assists people in leading happier and more meaningful lives. She trains and supports individuals to offer a new personal care service, which helps themselves and others increase physical and emotional function. She's the head designer of the Muscle Tuner Specialist Program. I'm excited to learn about this, which offers systems to improve vitality, strength, resilience, flexibility, and release pain. She's the president of Muscle Tuners International Incorporated and has over 20 years of clinical experience and numerous certifications to teach basic to advanced health and wellness workshops. She combines logic and heart as she generously shares her wisdom and experience to those who attend her program. So Denise, I'm so excited. Welcome to this episode. Okay, so just like, this is so cool because I love it. I know you're going to light up. You're so passionate about what you do. So just share with the audience what you do and how you help people.
I've been going to a few network meetings last year, and I finally found a way for people to understand what I do. If I introduce myself as, hi, I'm Denise Cambiotti. I'm an electrician for the body. And people go, what? And when I switch it around a little bit and say, I train electricians, they look at me and they go, that chick trains electricians. And then I go, for the body. And then people like just go, whoa, okay, I have to listen to what you have to say. And that's literally what I do, because your body's electrical and we reset circuit breakers, and it's easy. And I love to tell people about it.
Oh my God. Okay. I'm so intrigued now. Okay. Tell me about, because I've never heard of this before. Muscle tuners. Like, okay, tell us about this. Tell us more. I'm so interested.
Well, my business partner and I got together because of the role I used to play in a national association for people who do what I do. And they don't think it's weird when we get together for conferences that I yank on arms and legs for a living. And I don't literally yank, but we do muscle testing, or what's now being called muscle monitoring. And the language is, it looks like a muscle test and we're testing the strength of a muscle, but we're not. We're actually checking to see how your brain is doing, talking to the muscle and saying, hey, are you checking in today? And when it's not, we just wake things up. So all my colleagues do this, and I ran into my business partner and we decided the old version of how it was being marketed and taught, and we had certain limitations of what we had to teach and how we had to teach it in that system, which I adore. I have nothing wrong to say about it, except one thing. There's one really difficult concept I couldn't teach in a way that I had to teach it the way that, when you have a standard that's worldwide and everybody has to toe that standard, you do what you have to do. And it's like, okay, we're going to start a company to teach people how to do this, because I'm tired of people thinking you have to do the entire system in order to have any effect. So I partnered with somebody, and she's in Ontario, through the beauty of the internet. And we just started this company because we both have the passion to help people release pain. And it took us a while to get around that. That's a need, because we don't like to grind it in like you're in pain, but the reality is a lot of people are in pain. They want to look for ways to release it, whether it's physical or mental or emotional.
Okay, this is so interesting. Okay, so first of all, I love it. You're saying, you know what, there was a thing and it wasn't working, because isn't that really how the biggest innovations start, right? You identify that something's just not perfect fit for everyone, and you create something that incorporates that like old established, but then brings something new and fresh to it. So that's very cool. I love that. So, but help me here, because, in my mind, I would just think, okay, well, exercising just like tunes my muscles. So like, what's the difference? Why this one?
Right. So a lot of people go, well, does an exercise strengthen my muscles? And I'm going, well, not all of them. Because if you've ever had overuse, okay, let's be real, we're all human. Some of us have overused a body part. We've strained it. We've had some kind of an injury. And so your brain what you don't know is your brain will stop communicating to that or those groups of muscles that were involved during that time. And then you think you've healed and you carry on in your life, and you've just gotten used to the feeling of that system, that body part not being at 100%. Now you go to the gym, you're exercising, you're doing a rehab routine, you're just trying to maintain your wellness. And you're going, gee, I can't do very many sit-ups, or I'm not getting better, or I'm not progressing. Like, go to the gym and you lift a barbell, and after a month or so you want to add a little bit of weight, you can't. It's because some of your muscles are literally switched off. So exercise by itself doesn't always strengthen all your muscles.
Mm-hmm. Love that. Love that. Okay. So tell me then, if someone's like, okay, well, like, I'm intrigued, I want to try this. So then how specifically does the tuning, just help? Like, do you recommend, they're exercising, but they're doing the muscle tuning as well?
Right.
Or one over the other? Or what do you suggest?
Well, muscle tuning is complementary to everything that any body does. And it's not the type of thing that you need to get a muscle tuning session every day before you go do your workout. You just might want to get it done once a week, once a month, and then you'll start turbo boosting your results when you work out, when you run, when you do a rehab activity, whatever it is. Like, I had a woman when I first started, and a miracle happened, and I went, wow, this stuff really works, because she came in and I was doing a demonstration. So everybody says, okay, if you don't believe it, just try it. And she's going, I can't lift my leg. I haven't been upstairs in my house for 7 years since I've had an accident. And I'm going, wow, that's a major challenge, right? So I don't know if I can do anything. So I'm a newbie, really. I just opened my clinic, and I did what I did, and we get to her quadricep muscles, and she couldn't lift her knee. She couldn't, like, as if you'd go up a step, she couldn't lift her knee. And I activated some reflexes for about 30 seconds. Maybe I added an extra 10 seconds for luck. And then I say, lift your knee. And she's so mad at me because she'd given me this whole song and dance, and she couldn't. And I went to try and help her lift it like I'd done the first time. She almost pushed me back into the wall. Oh, and wow. Her eyeballs, I will never forget this. It was like one of those cartoons when you see when you were a kid. The eyeballs almost came out of her eyes, and or the sockets. It was one of those events I'll never forget. And I teach that to people, to say, just do your best and work from your heart and see what happens. So we get results like that quite consistently. It doesn't work for everybody, especially if there's been serious injury. The thing is, if all you've done is blown a fuse, we can reset it.
I love that. If you've just blown a fuse, I'm so like, you're opening, expanding my mind. And the analogy you used at the beginning about being an electrician is really like such a great description. So, okay. So it sounds like from that story then that for a lot of people, they get very fast results then. Would you say that's correct?
Well, some people will complain that we brag a little bit, that it's quite instantaneous. They think we're exaggerating. And I say, try for yourself and see. We'll find a muscle that's not locking. Like, literally, it's like, lift your arm this way, turn your thumb that way, and I'm going to push either that way or that way. And we want to see how these muscles are doing. And we want to see if the brain is saying, stay there. Don't travel a little bit, just stay right there. The muscle unlocks. People feel it. And often it just kind of like even the strong bodybuilders, I just love working on the bodybuilders because they go, quick, fix it. Because they're strong enough to lift a huge bunch of weight, but it's because other muscles are carrying their share of the load. And that's why you start getting pain, is those muscles start going, gee, do I have to do all the work again? So we got to get all the muscles woken up. And then you're also at less risk of an injury, but it's instantaneous. So literally, that's why when I work with people and I go, okay, so you notice you can't, like, keep your arm right here. And they're going, I'm trying. And it's surprising because you could lift a barbell or bag of potatoes or function in life and you think you're fine until we isolate certain muscles. And then we go rubby-dubby, like literally like a shiatsu little pressure point, not painfully. And we restore the flow of energy and we retest the muscle. And it's just like strong. I literally did this for one woman and I felt like, look at her and I says, I could swing like a monkey off your arm right now, couldn't I? And she's going, Yeah.
Love it so much. Well, and it's interesting because I think, we kind of live in a world where it's like you have pain, you go to the doctor, you get something like a prescription that alleviates the pain. And a lot of people don't think to try, other alternative, I hate that word, alternative, but these other modalities that could very quickly relieve the issue and the pain, but they just don't have an awareness. Or because I've never heard of it before meeting you this morning, right? So I love that. So now would you say, is there, because you were talking about like bodybuilders and stuff like that. So is this something that's for everybody? Do you have someone that you really specifically target or you really recommend this for?
What a great question, because when everybody has a body that could use tuning up, pretty much. Anybody that works with bodies in any capacity are perfect target market. And originally we got started, we went, this is perfect for fitness trainers. And then we were starting to attract more and more different people. We are attracting massage therapists, and we've had physiotherapists, and we've had other professionals from other health fields. And we've even had people who work with seniors, and they do not want to step foot in a gym. Like, their idea of torture would be to show up in a gym, and that's just not their scene. And we've had people who then they can go help seniors get out of their chairs so they can get up and go to the bathroom, or go to the fridge and take care of themselves and maintain their independence. And then we've had people where this has just worked really well for them, and they want to learn the system to share with their family. So everybody can have a profound result. And what's most important is that the health professionals who are already working in a business, helping in any flavor, are having a profound effect, because they can take segments of what we're doing to wake up those muscles that are stubborn. They're finally getting through with those challenging cases, and they're getting more durable results. So people don't have to keep coming back to get the same thing fixed. Mm-hmm. And people who are fairly new to the whole thing just love that we have a system. They just implement the system and it works. They don't have to think very hard about how to apply it or how they want to approach it. They just do the system, and they just it works. And they also like the fact that they can qualify for one of our trademark licenses, which is to be a muscle tuner specialist. So that differentiates people these days from everybody else up and down the block, because right away they go, oh, you tune up muscles. Well, I have a few of those. So we find it's a very valuable trademark to own. And if people they enjoy introducing themselves at events as a muscle tuner specialist. And literally, when I go to networking events, I could fill my practice with people going, do you see people privately? Because I hear you train. And I'm going, I'm trying not to take on any new clients because I have to focus on this business of training others. So I've seen it in action. My business partner and I, when we went out and got our t-shirts, choosing our colors, and they're going, why are you picking matching outfits? Little skirts and shorts and t-shirts and things. We're going, well, because we just opened our company. We're muscle tuner specialists. And so at each shop we were going through to pick this stuff out, they went, oh, I got muscles that need tuning. Every single person.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. Okay. So I love this. This is so great. Okay. So because there's going to be I know these are going to be questions people are going to have from watching. So if someone is watching and they are a practitioner and they're like, you know what, this will so perfectly complement what I'm already doing and help me make a bigger impact with my clients. Tell me more about the program then.
Sure. So it's an online program that as soon as you hit the buy button, we send you a manual and you can start watching videos. You can start watching the videos before the manual even shows up at your doorstep. They're all convenient, bite-sized chunks so people can manage whatever they want in this crazy lifestyle that we're going through. And we have online group coaching calls that they show up twice a month and ask questions or just hang out to hear what other questions people are asking, because we're very, very generous in sharing first, the questions that are related to the program, and then depending on who shows up, how they can apply this to their business better, or if they have a speaking opportunity, we say, you got to make sure to talk about this, this, and this to help build your business. So it's basically a really interesting, unscripted group coaching call That just happens depending on who shows up. And people get incredible value from that. And beyond that, once you qualify, we don't drop you. So this is what makes us different, is we hang on with all our peeps. We check in with them and we support them and we encourage them to keep going, because our mission is to help as many people as possible release pain, get stronger. And so the program, sorry, did I answer your question? It's
You
online.
did.
It's
Beautifully.
convenient.
So how would someone find that program? Do you have a website?
Absolutely. It is a unique kind of an extension. So listen up for it. It's www.muscletuners with an S .fit, F-I-T, like fitness.
Love it.
And there's just tons of information on the site, and you'll be able to contact us, ask us questions. I love just chatting with people to see if it might be a good fit or not, because it's not right for everybody.
Beautiful. Okay. So, and we will make sure to drop that in the show notes. And then now the second question I had. So if someone is watching and they're like me and they're like, oh my gosh, I want to get this done for myself. How would they find someone who has gone through the program and is now qualified to do this?
At this point, they contact us at our office, and we'll do our best to connect them with somebody in their neighborhood. So we are marketing. We actually, unfortunately, have more people trained in the United States than we do in Canada at this point in time. So I don't know where your podcast will get viewed, but we'll do our best to hook you up with somebody. We have had a directory. So what ends up happening is we built a whole website to launch, and it's embarrassing because a lot of people don't want to be found. Like they don't want to be out on the internet. So we know of a lot of people that are doing this quietly in many different little cities and towns all over the place. So the best way is to reach out for us. Just contact us.
Perfect. And then you can let them know if there's someone in their area. Love it. Love it so much. Okay. This has been so good. So now I always like to ask people at the end, if there's one tip you could leave people with from watching, like what would that one thing be that you want them to really think about or consider differently than they probably have before?
Okay, that's a good question. So the tip is if you're struggling in achieving anything, and I mean anything, I'm not talking about physical strength or exercise right now, is you need to make sure your brain is connected to your energetic system. So I would urge people to go find something out there that works for them. There's so many different things out there. Go find something that works for them with the intention of reestablishing that communication, or releasing blockages they have. And it doesn't need to take months and months of work in many cases. There's a lot of stuff out there if you're looking for something to go, oh, I just need to release a block. So look around in your neighborhood for people who advertise that, and that will help you. Whether it's in relationships, career, fitness, whatever it is, clear the blocks. And in our line of the work is switch on your muscles first before you work out, will you? You'll be happier. You'll get results.
Love it. I love it so much. Yes, definitely. I agree. Stop tolerating your problems. Like look after yourself, look after your body. It is so, so important, right? This is the vessel that carries you through your days. So make sure you're taking care of it. Well, Denise, this has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for sharing with us about muscle tuning and what you're so passionate about, and helping other practitioners really make bigger impacts with their clients. It's been really fantastic. If you have been watching this episode, we would love to know what you think. Drop us some comments, and then make sure, don't leave, go check out the next episode, because there's so much more there for you. So Denise, thank you again. It has been my absolute honor to have this conversation with you.
It's been an absolute delight. Thank you for the platform and all that you do to help people find wellness.
Oh, thank you. You're welcome.